بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all of you wherever you are. Welcome you back with your program Fatwa Life. This is the first part that comes to you from Mishka Center in Houston, Texas. The first question is, what is the rule about dealing with the prophets for watching advertisements every day? They put some yearly guarantee and daily, and it goes to 15 ads, and the profit is weekly. Is making money from this permissible or forbidden? The answer, it depends on what is the ad is about. Is it something that is immoral? Is it something against religions? Is it inhumane? Or is it something that is beneficial and within the permissible ways? The if the ad has nothing to do with religion or character or morality, it's not against them. It's just permissible. That's the general rule. And then you have to look in the detail of each one to make a decision on it. Second question is investing in the American insurance companies, is it permissible? The commercial insurance is from the contract that is wrong, that is not permissible, it's haram, it's forbidden. It has a lot of gambling, there is a lot of thing that is wrong with it. And there is a decision for the American Muslim jurist to make a decision on it. They said it is from the calamities that is common nowadays everywhere, and there are different types. Some that are permissible, some are forbidden, and some, you have to look into the best interest on it. The insurance idea is something that's built on harmony, calamity, community helping each other, and that's an Islamic value that we cherish. However, that's how it started. That's what the initial object of it, to help the community, and whenever they go calamity and when there is a problem. Unfortunately, it became for-profit idea that it's exceeded the limits, and the contract of insurance is different. Some are commercial and some that are social, and they are all different values. The first one, as we said, the commercial contract that are followed with the insurance rules, where the company in the origins, where they have to pay the insurance when there is that risk. So you pay certain payment, and this is from the things that are spoiled because it causes corruptions, so it's not allowed. So to work on these or to help in it, it's not allowed, except when there is a need, there is an emergency. Anything that's close to that necessity, that's beyond the norm of needs. And you have to have that intention that you will change the job once you find some alternative that's better. But the health insurance and the communal insurance, that you find it as in the companies where you take part of your salary And during his work, it is a lot. That's why you could benefit from that types of insurance that is offered by your company, by institutions or state or federal government. And you try to avoid anything that is clearly an the Islamic insurance, which is similar uh, to what we see. It's all about the whole communal. They work together, and the company is the representative in organizing this and to look into that money, and you can benefit from it and work in it if that follows all the Islamic rules in it. Another question: I was diving in a river and I saw pure gold, like half a kilogram. Can I sell it and make the money for me, or is it for the country or the state? First of all, we are happy that Syria has came back to its people, and yes, the scholars in your uh, community they know more about what's going on and the rules than to ask somebody from a different country. Uh, the, the second question, for a question, is about working as software programming, especially when dealing with insurance companies and uh, well, um, they claim that they are Islamic and they follow the Sharia. Well, خلاص, then you just go with what is obvious, unless you know something specific. But inshallah, Allah will accept. What is the rule about taking the zakah of money for as Ramadan meal? Well, the the zakah of money, you have to take it as money, and you give it to the poor, and you let him decide. He is the master of his own decision to where he needs to go. Well, that's and I want to have to make a point here. The Sharia says about Zadaqat al Fitr, take it as food. And we say no, the money is more needed for the poor. And the charity, I mean, the zakah of money, you say put it as food. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. We are supposed to follow the rule and not the exception. So, so Allah Azza wa Jal is going to be worshipped only with what the Prophet ﷺ has just stated. If, the follow question is about an app provide the service and you pay some money for that service. Uh, there's another area that pays for this service. Like some of the companies, they offer it to their big customers or big employees as service. Uh, is that allowed? I don't see any. Where is the problem? I don't see anything wrong with that. What you have mentioned, it is allowed, inshallah. I am an Egyptian doctor. I've been working in Saudi Arabia 9 years. I want to move to England so I could improve my medical status. I don't have to. What about the rule? Is it allowed for me to do that? Second issue, this idea, I had it about 5 years ago to go to England, and about 2 years ago, I went through some very big difficulty, me and my family, and I had that I will not go to the houses of disbelief or the country's disbelief. And Allah took us out of that thing. So what did I do? I gave. So see him. If you promise Allah something, you have uh, to give it. Don't uh, break the swear to Allah Azza wa Jal. So the first contract is with Allah Azza wa Jal. You need to fulfill it first. Because Allah said, and some of you, I mean, I'm from them, the one who made covenants with Allah that if He take us, we will be among the righteous and spent. But when Allah gave them what they wanted, they went back and they were miserable. So Allah gave them punishment until the day that He sees them, and then they will be getting the humiliating presidency. The decision that originally the Muslim should stay in Islamic countries to avoid any affliction in his religion and practice in his religion, and then so Muslims can support each other, and he's not supposed to leave it unless with the good intention, like seeking knowledge or going for sustenance or to run with your religion, even though you should have the intention to go back for that. So they could show what they can from Islamic virtue, knowing that they are the part that are more capable of uh, calling people to Islam. And it's different to where to go because you have to look into the Islamic community that's bigger. The main thing that you'll be able to practice your religion freely with no objections, with no restrictions. And whomever need to stay, and it is allowed if you can control that part, but it is forbidden if it's going to harm you or your body and your religion. And Allah knows the best. Another question. A follow-up to my question from last week. There are 3 kids involved: 16 female, 15 male, and 11 female. If the mother gets married, does she lose custody of the female kids? Who gets custody? Does the father get custody? Please answer in details. So the question is about it if she going to lose custody of the 2 kids, and she need an answer details. So my answer here: if the mother gets married, then she don't have custody unless there's a child that cannot live without her. So the woman, when she get married, she is more bribe to him. So the custody goes to the mother, then the goes into the family part first, and then to the father side. So the custody goes from the mother to the grandmother of the child, then from his mother, and then to the other grandmother, and then to the father. This is the decision of that for AMJA, American Muslim Jurist Association. هذا والله أعلم. And also, originally, that the child is left with his mother until he reached puberty and the woman gets married. The, if the child might have the choice, if there is a dispute, if he reaches puberty, or he could use either side, and the arbitrator can decide, because the custody is something depends on something specific. Another question in English. Uh, I have land back in India about 5 years ago with the intention of, as investment property, to keep it as long as I can, and then sell it when I need the money for kids' education or marriage. The land value was 2 lakh rupees. I would like to know the ruling on the zakah. Like, do I need to pay zakah 2.5% on this land every year, or I should pay zakah only when I sell it? Uh, let's say I sell it today. Do I need to pay today 2.5% for the year, or I need to calculate all the other 5 years before? The land by itself is not something that you make zakah unless with the intention of the so so you sounds like you're saying that you bought it for making profit. Then it became money that you have to pay zakah, and you do it 2.5 every year. But there's the Maliki that they say that the money that is hold that the merchant wouldn't sell with the day value. He wants to change when the change of the market to high. He's not supposed to make zakah only when he sells, or for 1 year, even if it stays with him several years. This is the summary of the sale in this matter. So if you sell it, you make the zakah for 1 year. The intention is for investment. My wife, her nisab will be in few days, and she received some more money, and she added to what she is saving from the money. Does she have to put the zakah on that money too, or is it from the new year? So she received some money before this past year on the saving that she had. Well, the one that are is not from the origin, it's not like an investment from that money, so she can to have a new year only for what that addition. So I suggest to her to be generous on herself and the poor who are needy, and add that one to what she had of the money, and to make the zakah on the whole thing, and then she'll wait for the whole year on next time. And there's no money will change, will decrease from charity. Anyway, this is not required. If she did that to out of generosity, she can do that. Inshallah, she will find that reflect of that in her body, in her health, and in her actions. Someone in the West, he have a merchant in cleaning the high pressure uh, to remove dust from the walls. If he get a customer who sells alcohol, if he could stay away from it, that'd be better. If he found a way to get away from that, that would be nice, inshallah. And let him do a lot of charity to purify himself. With this, we come to the conclusion, inshallah. Subhanakallah bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.